These ideas will change the way you look at yourself, the way you look at your body, and the way you look at your own life. My dear, I want you to know something I have repeated countless times. Love is the most powerful healing force in the universe. Love softens what fear has hardened. Love dissolves what resentment has created. Love restores what judgment has broken. And love, when directed inward, becomes the greatest medicine you will ever take. We have been taught to seek cures in pills, in procedures, in someone outside of ourselves who can save us. But I want you to hear this clearly tonight. The greatest healing power is already within you. It is love. And it begins the moment you decide to stop withholding that love from yourself. Think about it, darling. When you scold a child, when you criticize, when you punish, the child closes down, withdraws, and becomes fearful. But when you encourage, when you smile, when you say, "I believe in you," the child blossoms. Your body is no different. Your mind is no different. Your soul is no different. When you fill yourself with harsh thoughts, "I am not good enough. I will never heal. I am broken," your cells hear it. They tighten. They shrink. They lose their rhythm. But when you whisper softly, "I love you. I thank you. I trust you," your cells listen too. They open. They flourish. They heal. I often say, love is the great miracle cure. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. And it is not just poetic. It is practical. It is physical. It is spiritual truth. The immune system thrives in an environment of peace. The nervous system relaxes in an environment of kindness. The heart beats more steadily in an environment of trust. So the question is not whether love heals. The question is, are you willing to love yourself enough to begin healing now? Let us look at where we usually block this flow of healing. We carry resentment. We hold on to anger. We replay stories of betrayal again and again until they become part of our very selves. And then we wonder why illness shows up. We wonder why exhaustion lingers. We wonder why the body feels heavy, why the heart feels tired. My dear, illness is often nothing more than the body's final cry for love. Symptoms are not punishments. They are invitations. They are signals. They are your body saying, "Please listen to me. Please care for me. Please love me." This is why I remind you, a thought can be changed. Resentment is only a thought pattern. Fear is only a thought pattern. Self-criticism is only a thought pattern. And because they are patterns, they can be shifted, replaced, healed. You do not have to be a prisoner of your past. You do not have to be defined by your wounds. You are free right now to plant new thoughts, to nurture new beliefs, to create a new inner garden. If the old thoughts created pain, then the new thoughts can create healing. So let us begin by practicing a new way of speaking to yourself. Place your hand gently on your heart. Breathe deeply. Whisper softly, "I choose to love and accept myself now." Say it again. Feel the words move through your body like a warm light. Notice how your shoulders relax, how your jaw softens, how your heart feels just a little lighter. This is not imagination. This is real. This is your body responding to the medicine of love. Many of you ask me, "Louise, but how do I begin? I have hated myself for so long. I have been angry for so long. I have been afraid for so long." And I always say, start small. Start with one thought. Start with one word. Start with one moment. If you can say to yourself, "I am willing to love myself," you have already begun. Healing does not come from perfection. Healing comes from willingness. the willingness to open a crack in the wall you have built around your heart, the willingness to let just a little bit of light in, the willingness to believe, even for a second, that you are worthy of love. And let me tell you this truth: you are worthy. You always were. You were born worthy. There was never a time you were not worthy. The world may have told you otherwise. Parents may have spoken words that wounded. Teachers may have made you feel small. Lovers may have abandoned you. But their words, their actions, their failures, they were never the truth about you. The truth about you is this: you are lovable. You are loving. You are loved. That truth cannot be erased, only forgotten. And tonight, I invite you to remember. So let this be your first step into healing. No longer waiting for someone else to fix you, but choosing to love and accept yourself now. Not tomorrow, not when you lose the weight, not when the illness passes, not when someone apologizes. Now, because love is not a reward. Love is the soil from which everything else grows. And when you plant it here, in your own heart, your entire life begins to bloom. Darling, repeat this with me one more time. Love is the most powerful healing force in the universe. And I am willing to let it heal me now. Let us begin here, my dear, with a truth that can change your entire life if you let it in. You are already worthy of love. You are already deserving of acceptance, exactly as you are right now. You do not need to lose 10 pounds first. You do not need to fix every mistake first. You do not need to earn a certain amount of money, achieve a certain dream, or become some perfected version of yourself before you are allowed to rest in love. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you breathe. You are worthy because you are a divine expression of life itself. And life does not make mistakes. You have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Criticism closes you down. Acceptance opens you up. Criticism creates fear. Acceptance creates safety. Criticism keeps you stuck in the same old patterns. Acceptance becomes the fertile soil where transformation grows. So the question is not whether you are ready to change. The question is, are you willing to love and accept yourself as you are right now, and let the change flow naturally from that love? Acceptance does not mean resignation. It does not mean giving up. It does not mean saying, "This is all I will ever be." No. Acceptance means that you stop fighting against yourself. Acceptance means you put down the heavy weapons of self-criticism, shame, and guilt. Acceptance means you turn inward and say, "I am willing to release the need to be unworthy. I accept myself exactly as I am." And when you say those words, something miraculous begins to happen. Peace enters. Healing begins. Energy that was once spent on fighting yourself becomes energy you can now use to nurture yourself. Think of it this way. If you plant a seed in the ground but constantly criticize it, why aren't you taller? Why aren't you blooming yet? Why are you so small? Will that seed grow? Of course not. It will wither under your judgment. But if you water it, if you nourish it, if you give it sunlight and care, it will blossom in its own time. My dear, you are that seed. Your heart, your mind, your body, your soul, they are all waiting for the water of acceptance, the light of kindness, the nourishment of love. When you accept yourself, you create the conditions for growth. When you reject yourself, you block them. I want to ask you something gently. When was the last time you allowed yourself to simply be enough? Not enough if. Not enough when. Just enough now. What comes up for you when I ask that? Do you feel resistance? Do you feel unworthiness rise up like an old familiar voice? That's okay. That voice is just a habit. And remember, a thought is just a thought, and a thought can be changed. So tonight, let us practice changing it. Let us speak words of healing into the places where shame once lived. Say this with me softly, like a lullaby to your heart. I am willing to accept myself, even if I don't feel perfect. I am willing to love myself, even if I still feel broken. I am willing to honor myself, even if I don't yet believe I deserve it. Willingness is enough. Willingness opens the door. Willingness creates a crack where the light can enter. You might think, but Louise, if I accept myself as I am, won't I stop growing? Won't I get stuck? And I want you to know the opposite is true. Change does not come from self-hatred. Change does not come from rejection. Real, lasting change comes from love. When you accept yourself, you stop using energy to fight the present. That energy becomes free to create the future. When you accept your body, you no longer punish it. You care for it, and health improves. When you accept your past, you no longer replay it. You learn from it, and wisdom grows. When you accept your heart, you no longer deny its needs. You listen, and relationships flourish. So let this be your practice. Every time you catch yourself in self-criticism, pause. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe deeply. Whisper softly, I am enough. I am lovable. I am acceptable exactly as I am. These are not empty words. These are new seeds being planted. And each time you repeat them, you water them. Each time you practice them, you strengthen them. Each time you choose them, you change the landscape of your inner garden. And darling, remember this. Self-acceptance is the foundation of self-love. Self-love is the foundation of healing. And healing is the foundation of a joyful, fulfilling life. It all begins here, not with some future version of you, but with the you that exists right now. You are already whole. You are already lovable. You are already enough. All that is left is for you to believe it, to accept it, to embrace it. So let us make this affirmation your prayer, your promise, your pathway. I am willing to release the need to be unworthy. I accept myself exactly as I am. And from this place of acceptance, I open myself to love, to healing, to life. Let me ask you something, my dear. If you spoke to a small child the way you sometimes speak to yourself, would that child grow strong, or would they shrink in shame? Would that child run toward life with joy, or would they hide away in fear? This is the heart of how we begin to love ourselves. It begins with noticing the tone of our own inner voice. It begins with understanding that every word we say to ourselves is either building us up or tearing us down. It begins with the gentle, radical choice to stop the criticism and replace it with kindness. You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. That sentence is not just an idea, it is an invitation. An invitation to put down the heavy burden of self-judgment. An invitation to step into a new way of relating to yourself. To love yourself. The very first step is this. Stop criticizing. Stop tearing yourself apart for every mistake. Stop magnifying every flaw. Stop replaying every shortcoming as if your worth depends on it. Criticism does not heal. Criticism does not transform. Criticism wounds. Love heals. Love transforms. Love creates. Every time you hear yourself say, I'm not good enough, pause and gently whisper back, I am learning. I am growing. I am willing to see myself with love. When you catch yourself judging someone else, soften your heart and say, I am willing to release this judgment. I choose to see with compassion. You cannot give yourself love while feeding yourself poison, and criticism is poison. Love is nourishment. The next practice is learning to speak to yourself with kindness. The words you whisper inside your own mind are the most powerful affirmations you will ever hear. They can either tear your life apart or build it into something beautiful. So I ask you, how do you speak to yourself in the privacy of your own thoughts? Do you call yourself names you would never use on a friend? Do you scold yourself for being human? Or can you begin to practice gentleness? Begin by listening. Listen to your inner dialogue. And when you hear harshness, when you hear cruelty, when you hear the old tape of not enough, choose to press stop. Replace it with new words. I am learning. I am growing. I am doing the best I can. Remember, every thought we think is creating our future. If your thoughts are seeds, plant only the ones you want to grow. One of the most powerful ways I know to practice this kindness is mirror work. Many of you know I have taught this for decades, and many of you have resisted it. But the mirror is not your enemy. The mirror is your teacher. Stand before it. Look into your own eyes, not with judgment, but with curiosity, not with disgust, but with compassion. And as uncomfortable as it feels, speak the words, I love and accept you. At first, your mind will resist. It will laugh. It will cringe. It will say, this is silly. This is embarrassing. But underneath that resistance, there is a part of you, the small child within, that has been longing to hear these words all of your life. And when you say them, when you repeat them, when you practice them, something profound begins to happen. The harsh inner voice grows quieter. The wounds begin to heal. The shame begins to lift. Your body, too, is waiting for your love. How often have you cursed it? How often have you punished it? How often have you demanded it be different, thinner, stronger, younger? And yet, every day, your body shows up for you. Your heart keeps beating. Your lungs keep breathing. Your feet keep walking. Even when you are asleep, your body is tirelessly working to keep you alive. My dear, that is devotion. That is love. And doesn't your body deserve love in return? Stand before your body in gratitude. Place your hands gently on your chest, on your belly, on your face, and whisper, thank you. Thank you, body, for never giving up on me. You may not look the way you once did. You may not feel the way you wish you could. But the truth is, your body is the sacred home of your soul. It is the temple that carries your spirit through this lifetime. And when you begin to love it instead of wage war against it, you open the doorway to healing. Finally, to truly love yourself, you must create an environment that supports that love. You cannot thrive in a space filled with constant negativity, harsh voices, or toxic energy. Your environment shapes your beliefs. The people you surround yourself with shape your confidence. So choose carefully. Surround yourself with those who lift you up. Fill your home with beauty, with softness, with reminders of your worth. Let your space reflect back to you the truth that you are lovable, that you are safe, that you are whole. And when you cannot change the environment around you, create an inner sanctuary of peace and love within, because no one can take that from you. So how do we love ourselves? We begin by stopping the criticism. We begin by replacing judgment with kindness. We begin by standing in the mirror and saying words we have longed to hear. We begin by thanking our body. We begin by surrounding ourselves with love. And in all these practices, we begin by being willing. Willing to try, willing to soften, willing to choose love again and again and again. Love is the great miracle cure. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. And those miracles begin not someday, but right here in this moment, with this breath, with this choice. Say it with me now. Let it echo into the deepest places of your being. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I am grateful for my body. I am kind to my mind. I am safe in my own love. And know, truly know, that each time you practice this, you are healing. Each time you repeat this, you are transforming. Each time you choose this, you are creating a new life. I want to share something I have learned through many years of guiding people back home to themselves. Healing is not complicated, but it is consistent. Healing does not require you to become someone else. It asks you to return to who you already are. Healing is not about fixing what is broken. It is about remembering that you were never broken in the first place. Again and again, I have seen that the greatest tools for healing are love and acceptance. They may sound simple, but they are the most powerful forces you will ever invite into your life. Love is the great miracle cure. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. And acceptance is the doorway through which love enters. When we say, I love and accept myself now, we are not declaring perfection. We are declaring willingness. Willingness to soften the harsh edges. Willingness to stop abandoning ourselves. Willingness to see ourselves with new eyes. Imagine what would shift if you woke each morning and greeted yourself the way you would a dear friend. Good morning, I love you, I approve of you. You are safe here with me. These are not just words. They are nourishment. They are medicine. They are rewiring the deep places inside you that may have carried messages of not enough for far too long. Affirmations are seeds. When you repeat them, you are planting new life in the garden of your mind. Say with me, I approve of myself and I am safe. Let it settle into your chest. Feel it expand through your breath. Each repetition waters the seed, and soon, without even forcing it, new growth appears. You stand a little taller. You smile a little easier. You feel a little freer. Affirmations are not wishful thinking. They are acts of creation. They are declarations to the universe and to yourself that you are choosing love over fear, presence over doubt, compassion over criticism. Visualization is another beautiful tool, and I encourage you to practice it now. Close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by a radiant golden light. This light is warm, gentle, and safe. It wraps around you like a soft blanket, and it sinks into every cell, every organ, every corner of your being. With each inhale, the light fills you with love. With each exhale, it releases tension, resentment, fear. This is not imagination alone. Your body responds to what your mind envisions. Science tells us this. Spirit confirms it. Every thought we think is creating our future. So why not think thoughts that heal? Why not imagine visions that restore? See yourself glowing with health. See yourself walking with joy. See yourself radiating love. And little by little, that vision becomes your reality. But sometimes the heaviest barrier to healing is resentment. Resentment is like drinking poison and hoping someone else will suffer. It does not punish them. It punishes you. It keeps your body tense. It keeps your heart closed. It keeps your energy blocked. And yet, resentment is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. This is why forgiveness is not a gift you give someone else. It is the greatest gift you give yourself. Take a piece of paper and write down the name of someone you are holding resentment toward. See their face in your mind. Then imagine surrounding them with the same healing light you gave yourself. Say softly, even if you don't feel ready, "I forgive you and I set myself free." You don't have to condone their actions. You don't have to invite them back into your life. Forgiveness is not about them. It is about you. It is about cutting the cord that ties you to pain. And when you release, you rise. Breath is another tool. Breath is the most constant companion you have, yet how often do you ignore it? When you breathe with intention, you are practicing love in its simplest form. Try this with me. Inhale, whispering inside, "I accept myself." Exhale, whispering, "I release all that no longer serves me." Inhale acceptance, exhale release. Inhale compassion, exhale criticism. Inhale love, exhale fear. With each cycle, you are teaching your body safety, teaching your mind peace, teaching your soul freedom. Breathing in, I welcome life. Breathing out, I let go. The rhythm of your breath becomes the rhythm of your healing. These tools are not complicated, but they are profound. Affirmations, visualization, forgiveness, breath. Each one is a doorway. And when you walk through them with love, you discover that healing was never about force, never about perfection, never about punishment. Healing is about softening, surrendering, returning. Healing is about saying to yourself again and again, "I love and accept myself now. I approve of myself and I am safe. I deserve love, health, joy, and abundance." Say it louder, say it softer. Say it until every part of you begins to believe it. I have seen miracles when people commit to these practices. Bodies once filled with pain begin to ease. Hearts once weighed down with grief begin to lighten. Minds once consumed with fear begin to open. And it always begins with the same step: the willingness to choose love. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You don't need to wait until life is perfect. You can choose love right now. You can choose acceptance right now. You can choose forgiveness right now. And each choice is a healing. Each choice is a miracle. So as you take this into your life, remember, these tools are not one-time events. They are daily rituals. They are practices. They are ways of living. Affirm your worth each morning. Visualize your healing each night. Forgive as often as you need to. Breathe as deeply as you can. Surround yourself with light, within and without. And most of all, trust that you are worthy of the miracles that unfold. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of joy. You are deserving of a body that thrives, a mind that rests, a soul that shines. Let us end here with one more affirmation together. Place your hand over your heart, feel the steady beat, and whisper, "I love and accept myself now. I approve of myself and I am safe. I deserve love, health, joy, and abundance." Let that truth echo into every cell. Let it ripple into every thought. Let it carry you into a life of freedom. Because love is your path, acceptance is your key, and healing is already unfolding within you. When you begin to truly love and accept yourself, something extraordinary unfolds. The world begins to mirror that love back to you. No longer do you walk through life begging for approval or chasing after scraps of affection. Instead, you radiate a quiet confidence and others feel it. Self-love becomes the seed, and from it blooms healthy relationships, deeper connections, and an energy of compassion that touches everyone around you. It all begins with you. You have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. These words are not just advice, they are a doorway. When you approve of yourself, you stop asking others to carry the burden of your worth. You stop twisting yourself to fit their expectations. You stop shrinking to keep the peace. And in that freedom, your relationships transform. You no longer need validation to feel safe. You already know, I am worthy, I am enough, I am love. Self-love is not selfish. It is the foundation for every other form of love. When you care for yourself, you show others how to care for you. When you honor your needs, you invite others to honor them too. When you forgive yourself, you naturally extend forgiveness more easily to others. And when you choose kindness within, kindness ripples outward. The universe always responds to the energy you hold inside. When you are filled with love, life sends love back in ways you could not have planned. But remember, my dear, love and acceptance are not a one-time event. They are not something you practice once and check off a list. They are a daily devotion, a lifelong commitment. Each morning, you have the chance to begin again. Each moment, you have the choice to be gentle with yourself or harsh. Each evening, you can release what no longer serves you and return to love. This is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It is about choosing again and again to stop the criticism, to soften the voice inside, to bless your body, to forgive the past, to honor your present. And so, I invite you to create your own ritual of daily love. Place your hand on your heart and breathe deeply. Look into your own eyes in the mirror and whisper words you've longed to hear. I love and accept myself now. Let that truth become the rhythm of your day. Let gratitude guide your steps. Let forgiveness soften your nights. Because every act of love you give yourself is an act of healing. Every act of acceptance is a seed of peace. Let us close with these affirmations, and I encourage you to repeat them not only now, but as often as you can. I love and accept myself now. I am worthy of healing, love, and joy. All is well in my world. Allow these words to sink deep into your being. Let them soothe you. Let them guide you. Let them remind you that you are never separate from love. You are love. And when you live from that truth, life becomes a reflection of it.